outside of State Farm Stadium. The Cardinals listening for the sound of their signature big red siren, which signals an air raid and brings them out to a sea of red here in Glendale. Today, an exciting battle of NFC teams between the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. Chad Ryland will have the honor of getting us started. And away we go in Glendale. Here's Jamal Agnew on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out. It's now in his 14th season, Brock. That's not bad for a fourth-rounder out of Michigan State back in 2012, huh? It is Kirk Cousins.
Well over a decade has started in this league, and Kirk Cousins put up some prolific numbers. The thing that's eluded him, despite all the stats, are those playoff opportunities and those marquee postseason victories. I think Kirk, his family, and everybody rooting for him. Hopes the final chapters of his career will contain some of those.
He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Falcon first down.
When you script that first 15, Kate, and that first play is a run play, well, you can't do it better than that.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. First and 10, Cousins. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
First down throw for Cousins. And he's going to go down. The Cardinals got to him. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Defense sent them packing back to their own side last play. Time to build on that with second down. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that's gonna leave him with a tough third and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Third and long, it's Cousins. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
So with the Falcons set to punt on fourth, on comes Bradley Pinion. I guess he didn't really quite know his own strength there. That kick cleared the end zone entirely. It's going to be a touchback. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. And bringing them out in his 10th season now. A veteran who minimizes turnovers better than almost anyone here in the NFL, Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett has seen some adversity in this league. Occasional starting opportunities as well. And he's hung around because he knows how to take care of the football. He can still throw deep at the best of them, but he's the type of guy you just trust. You trust that he can come in, that he can manage the offense, and he can win a game if needed. Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, when one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're the premium in this league.
When he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Running back sent in motion. Third down, it's Brissett. He's going to loft one deep to the left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they couldn't throw for it on third down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping him off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting him even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
It's Matt Hawk who's headed out there to punt on fourth down. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Falcons taking the field for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. First down now, ball at the 33. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. He cuts it right. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. That's 16 on the pickup. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
First down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
First and 10. Here's Cousins. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
No luck on first down. Here's second and 10. Out of the gun, Cousins. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I love that. I love that defensively right there. It's about the only thing you could do to the tight ends at this level. You have got to disrupt them. You have got to match their physicality with even more physicality, and it forced an incompletion.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. They'll air it out on third. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to fourth down.
If you're keeping stats, that's now 0 for 2 on keeping drives going, and hopefully not an indicator of what's to come. You know, you don't convert on third down. You're not only playing against your opponents, you start playing with your own psyche as well.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And the punter earning some high fives on that one. They're going to down this kick at the 3. Second drive of the game upcoming for this Arizona offense. And they couldn't be backed up much further, Brock. A safety, really the only concern as they take possession here inside their 5-yard line. Winning his night. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
In truth, Kate, kind of felt like he was lucky to get what he got right there. The pressure from this defense to go get that safety, it was on. And that same pressure, well, they're not going to back down here on second down as well.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. DeMarcano on the carry. He finds space for a few yards that time. David Onyemata there for the stop.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on third down. Third and long, they're going to throw. Throw right side, hauled in by Harrison. And they're going to take him down finally, but not before he puts his own goal line well in that rearview mirror. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's good for a Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them, They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Reset now on 1st and 10. Go right side, and McBride has it. This gets forward to around the 29. Jalen Walker firing over to take him down.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Here's Brissett. He got mighty close, didn't he? But they marked him just short of the first. He's at the 34.
Textbook hitch route. Hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Here's a game to DiMercato. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
You love a huddle. Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Brissett to throw it. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. On 1st down, it's Brissett. Setting up the screen. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. This is Knight. Has a lane inside the 35. And he has this all the way down to the 17-yard line. That one hits for 30. And it's going to give the Cardinals a 1st down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone in the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Completed over the middle. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
To the air on 3rd and long. In big trouble now, and the ball is out. And the Falcons scoop it up. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. Scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The Falcons capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. They come up with a stand in the red zone, Brock, and that defense, you could just tell, they were on a mission, not just to force that fumble, but to do even more damage on that turnover.
I think we can hear the coaches up here in the booth scoop and score. I think you can read the lips of the players on the sideline scoop and score. There was no thought to just fall on that one. It hit the deck, and everybody's eyes looked all the way down the field at the other end zone, and they worked in unison to set up a massive, massive scoop and score touchdown.
Cardinals nothing.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Here's Greg Dortch with the return. Escapes the defender. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. This, our last play of the quarter.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
No run with DiMercado. And he manages to get back to the line, but no further, as we're at the end of one. We've reached the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Back and ready now for the second quarter. It's Cardinals football. They start out 2nd and 10. From the pistol, Brissett. That's Dortch on the slant. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Brissett. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
One of the biggest adjustments for quarterbacks going from the collegiate level to the NFL is the blitz package. Each and every practice leading up to a game time, you are spending so much time as a QB, as an offensive group, and as that O-line trying to figure out a way to stop these blitzes. But that time, the offense, the O-line, the QB, no one had an answer for that defensive pressure.
Brought down before the return gets far. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. To the air, Cousins. Hits him on the out route. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and that's a Falcon first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Now Cousins on 3rd and short. That one's caught by Rooney. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. That one gains 7. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Cousins on first down. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. Bradley Pinion on now to punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. The Cardinals in possession of it once again. And coming off a 3-and-out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. Brissett with it on first. Right side cut by Higgins. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Brissett. Into the hands of Michael Wilson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Off the play fake, Brissett. Blitz is there, and he goes down. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
This dude, this dude is putting together some kind of game today. When he scored that touchdown earlier, we knew we had to keep an eye on him. And no surprise, here he is making yet another huge impact play.
Need to get that yardage back and a little bit more, too. It's 2nd and 14. Run here. This is DeMercado. And scrape together a few yards, but not much. 3rd down coming up.
You know, Kay, one of the reasons it's so hard to run the ball in the NFL is to move grown men off their spot against their will. You get a run play like that, you've done your job. You've moved them against their will, and you've set yourself up for some later success.
3rd down, it's Brissett. He's got a screen to the running back. On 3rd down, they wind up going the wrong way. That one goes backwards.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
The Cardinals out for the punt. Back deep for the Falcons, Jamal Agnew. Collects this at the 32. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. They fake the handoff. Now Cousins. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. And he's hit and sent out right along that line of scrimmage. So no gain on 1st down.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And a decent run gets him out 4. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. On 1st and 10, it's Cousins. He's got it downfield near the edge. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Falcon first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from State Farm Stadium after this. First down from the 42. Out of the gun, Cousins. Going deep here for the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. You've got to find a completion right there.
And he's just a little bit short of that first down. They stop him at the 33.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Robinson. Oh, he lost the football! But it looked like the Falcons swooped in and got to that football. Yes, they recovered. They're keeping possession. The Cardinals decided to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Zane Gonzalez on to attempt this field goal. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they come away with some points on that series.
I know we see these kickers make kicks from this distance all the time, but it never ceases to be impressive. Everything's on the dot, and it's a big 3 points.
On the return, here comes Imari DiMercato. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Arizona offense about set to get going here. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Cardinals into formation. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Brissett. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Back to the air, Brissett. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
So far, this script, well, it's dictated some early looks for this running back, and now you're seeing the adjustment defensively. Not so easy on those checkdowns. Nowhere for that ball to go.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Here he goes, third and long. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
So once again, Matt Hoff out to punt this away. One of the league's best return men, Jamal Agnew, back deep. Fair catch made here at the 30. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. First down throw for Cousins. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Here's Cousins now. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
8-yard pickup. And a Falcon first down.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. First and 10. Here's Cousins. His back, it's Robinson. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll come to the line here, second and 9. It's Cousins once more. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line.
9 yards.
The Falcons take a timeout to their final one.
First down.
And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
First down, Atlanta.
First and 10 now from the 46. Cousins to throw once again. Look at all the he's getting close, and they take him down. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up second down.
A loss of a yard. It's second down.
So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a 2-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Dortch now to return it. He's stopped on the run back of the 27. Arizona has the football first to start the third, and here comes its offense. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Going play action here. Brissett. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the second half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback, and they didn't either.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. From the pistol, Brissett. Coming deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Unfortunately, the Cardinals made it to that one first. They'll maintain possession. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Well, they got the football back, Brock, but things don't look much better. It's 3rd and long. Here's DiMercado. Wow, not a chance at all as he is met at the line on this one. That's going to be 4th and very long. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
And he gets it away from his end zone. Ball in his hands right around midfield. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Out of the field runs the Atlanta offense. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see a pro.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Cousins, a quick throw, complete. And he's taken down at the 30. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that is good enough for Atlanta 1st down.
And the Falcons, 1st down. A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Falcons.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10, around to Robinson. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. That's Baron Browning who makes the stop.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Cardinals' 28-yard line.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. London going to motion over right. On the play fake, it's Cousins. And he's going to go down. The Cardinals got to him. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends him backwards ahead of 3rd down.
Yeah, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Will this drive continue? Here comes 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Going all the way to the end zone here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So that brings up 4th and long.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And their lead holds steady at 10.
Cardinals.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Out had the Cardinals now on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Starting this drive with a design run. And he goes down to avoid a hit, so give him a gain of close to 4. That's going to set up second down.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Brissett. Finds the in route complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And it's good enough for an Arizona first down.
That's good for a Cardinals.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
They'll run here from the gun. He's got a gain of 6 there. Behind Diablo there on the tackle.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative, but in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back-to-back carries here. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain. And that play right there, Brock, is this game in a nutshell. No points, but plenty of struggles.
What did the late, great John Wooden used to say? Never confuse activity for achievement. We have not seen much achievement today.
They give it to him again. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
On the play. And the Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down, and he made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly, but he sure made that one look routine.
Jump off caught by his back. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
From the shotgun, Brissett. Short pass brought in. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
It's right on the carry. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
They just could not even find a sliver of breathing room on that first down, and this is not an envious spot for this play caller to be in. I don't know what you go to now.
Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal. DiMercato goes the wrong way and is going to lose several here.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and goal now from the 6 after that last play. Pressure coming for Brissett. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
So on 4th down, Cardinals calling on Chad Ryland to attempt this field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. The kick by Ryland is good. Now we see after that play, one of the Falcons having some trouble out there. They'll head out to look at him. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Agnew on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Falcon first down.
And the Falcons first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. London going to motion over right. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Hits his running back. Takes away from one. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Falcons with the ball. They're leading, but not by a ton. First down from the 42. A handoff for Robinson, running right. This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. He'll get 16 yards on that play. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
Danger, King. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Staying with Robinson. Next snap coming inside the red zone, Brock. He picks up 9 on the play.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
First down carry, got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Throwing his Cousins. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. They'll run the draw with Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. Into traffic, and the Cardinals pick it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Put a check mark, but I guarantee you in the offseason when they're watching effort, that was all about effort. Backs pressed against the wall when you're down here defensively, and that's the type of play that coaches love to see from everyone on the roster.
The Cardinals offense making its way out. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground, while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Here's Robinson. The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short.
Oh, so aggravatingly close to his safety on that one right there, Kate. Just a matter of a foot, and they could have had some points on the board defensively.
Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. Cut in the end zone for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends, made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Gonzalez now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons double their lead to 14.
17. Cardinals 3.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Dortch now to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Arizona offense ready to get things going again. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. The Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they'll throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
2nd down. Here's Brissett again. Fits it through the middle. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. 1st down.
That's good for a Cardinals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On 1st down, it's Brissett. field. He's got Wilson. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. They get 23 on that one. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He brings it in. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
2nd and 3 now. Setting up the screen here for Harrison. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
You know, quarterbacks aren't always the one dishing out punishment, but when they take it and they deliver a frozen rope, when they deliver a ball right on target just like that, and the respect factor grows 100-fold with your teammates.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. DiMercado on the carry. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. 3 yards on the gain. Now they just need 2 more on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and
Okay,
goal.
all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Here's another for him. And this time he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals now within 1 score in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Now a big play for the Cardinals as they go for 2.
The Cardinals will line up for the 2.
All right, they're going to throw for it. This is caught. And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that 2-point attempt.
17.
Whenever you're throwing for 2, you always expect to see the pass go into the end zone because otherwise you risk defenders rallying to the ball and stopping it short.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. With the defensive speed in today's league, gosh, you're just taking a risk anytime you throw it short of the end zone.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Here's Carter on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Another carry for Robinson. He finds a little opening, but not much. Picked up about 4 on 2nd down.
Jalen Thompson on the stop. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Cardinals go to the dime look here. 3rd down. Back to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Cardinals decided to use the first of their 3 timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. They'll send out the punting unit. It'll be Bradley Pinion doing the honors. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. The Cardinals in possession of it once again. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Brissett with it on first. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
It's the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Cardinals trail by 8. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Brissett. Hits him on the in route. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. He'll look to throw it. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. That one intended for Trey McBride. So it'll be 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Completed over the middle. He's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Here he is to throw. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First down from the 42. Here he is to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Setting up to pass. Dumped off to his running back. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and a defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Now to throw. Into the hands of Harrison. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. The Cardinals are going to use the last of their timeouts. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Time not on their side here as they get set for first down. No timeouts remaining either. To the air yet again, Brissett. Throws caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Complete to Michael Wilson. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 6-yard line.
Second and 3 now. One final shot here. And that's a touchdown. No flags. That's This entire game came down to just 2 plays, Brock. They've knocked out the far more difficult one with that touchdown as time expires, and now a chance to force overtime.
And now it comes down to whether they can get the 2-point play or not, but it's hard to question that every bit of juice, every bit of momentum in the building right now is totally on their side.
And he's taken down. The defense maintains the 2-point lead. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say so long from Glendale.